Mayday, this is Angel 1 from Latitude Outpost. Any station this net, we are under attack. I'm bailing out to the surface, going in hot. Any station this net, please respond. Any station this net, please respond. I'm losing altitude in an unknown position on the planet. Going in hot. A ruby. I promised her a goddamn ruby. That's what I came up with in the minutes before I got packed on ice and stored next to the Stouffer's lasagna. I look out that window every day at that big red rock and about cry at the irony. I spend my days waiting with the rest of the chaff for our numbers to be called. A lot of the guys react as though someone took a lash to their backside when their number's up. Another trip to the surface. Another hellish descent. With the only guarantees being the possibility of extra rations if you survive. Or, on the other hand, a quick, hot death. Or a slow, agonizing death at the hands of those fucking critters on the surface. That will mentally scar the rest of your crew, by the way. The station commander, all 4'0" nothing of them, gave us the numbers. Says they are drawn by random lottery. If that's the case, I broke mathematics because I get called literally every other day. Where the rest get at least a week between trips to go break rocks. The commander and I never saw eye to eye. Probably because he hasn't broken me. And the short jokes don't help either. Fuck you. One shot. Shit. We had a fucking deal. So you want to know how I got out of that crash? The thing is, that wasn't my first crash. But it was the first crash that I was alone. Shoddy equipment, poor planning, and a commander who gave a fat baby's dick about you made for a high rate of workplace accidents. Instincts, training, and everything else you're supposed to say definitely played a role. But after taking down those Xerax mechs, I got back to the Angel and went down the checklist. I deployed thermal controls, the O2 generator, and that portable constructor, which I still consider to be a magical device. I once shoved some used condoms and poured a bottle of whiskey into it to see what it would spit out, and that's a story for another time. I took inventory. The Angel had the standard stash of fuel, O2, ammo, medicine, and a bit of food in the fridge. The only good news is that the supplies were meant for a crew of 3, and I had it all to myself. Lucky me. I checked out the Angel. She had somehow escaped major damage besides losing a thruster on the undercarriage. And had it been any other thruster, I would have had an easy way off that damn planet. The gravity. That was the real killer. The dense iron content of UFO-1 created gravity that was nearly 4 times what it was back on Earth. Combine that with the fact that the Angel was a craft not meant for that kind of loads, and we can thank our glorious commander for that, and you could see the predicament. So, with that taken care of, I needed shelter, and I needed it to be something besides the Angel. I made a cupcake. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. It's a structure built with a roughly circular defensive ditch around it to keep out the critters and hopefully those Xerax mechs. Then, within that circle, you pop Handsome Hank, that's my drone, and you start to build up ferrocrete walls, slowly, delicately turning them inward with each pass. Now, you don't want to fuck this part up, unless you want to encase yourself in that weird shit. If you've done it correctly, you now have a way to keep out the rain that happens to be on fire, and also be rock. How did I end up here? Waking up in a nightmare that I'm still not sure is real. How do you fall asleep in one galaxy, wake up in another, a few hundred years later, and still think what you see is actually happening? Well, falling asleep is not exactly what happened. I was frozen, in what was supposed to be a Hail Mary attempt to save my life.